Hey guys, welcome back to day 54 of 119 days of link building. It's Deepak Shukla here. I'm the founder at Pearl Lemon. We're an SEO agency based in London but serving clients worldwide. And if you're interested in getting some additional strategies, 17 to be exact, not shared in this training, then click the link in the description below and you'll get sent some more access to go ahead and get those trainings. So today we're talking, it's a little bit of a continuation from training number 53. And this is the part where it gets really interesting when you think about local company press building. You can also look at local employee press link building. So in a company, you will have a team. And even if you're a company of one, you might have people that you work with regularly. So you can begin to, for example, look at local press as relates to your employees, because your employees, especially if there's any success stories to be had, have human interest stories that they could really distribute to the local press to continue to get those links. So a good example of this would be if I go to YouTube, we've got employee of ours who I did a whole I did a TEDx talk about Lydia Sims. Now Lydia Sims, this one, Lydia Sims is based in Michigan, Muskegon, I think, specifically Lydia Sims, Muskegon. I don't know how you spell Muskegon. Muskegon. And here we go, graduate spotlight, and I think she's even got something from Baker College, but we realize that she's not got her link in here. So this is something I'm going to ask her about. But fundamentally, if you then combine the fact that she's based in Muskegon, and if we combine that with video number 53 about local company press building, what about all of your employees? What about human interest stories that relate to their success, to what they've done, to all of those elements? She's in her Baker College for the graduate spotlight element. So again, this relates to, let me find it, training number, and I think it's alumni link building, which we were looking at, and I don't recall which training that was in. Yeah, training number 20 for alumni link building. And fundamentally, you will have a ton of local press for Muskegon, and we could focus upon Lydia as a single mother, Lydia as someone who's had illnesses, Lydia in terms of a success story, Lydia in terms of a whole bunch of things, to be honest with you. So if we look at local press now in Muskegon, then all of a sudden, let's have a look. We've got ML Live, we've got Muskegon Lakeshore Media, we've got the Muskegon Times. So we've got all of these opportunities to capture fundamentally local press for your local employees relevant to where they live. Okay, so there's a huge amount of opportunity when you begin running a cross section of every location that your team are in, especially if they're remote and they work from home, identifying a success story, a human interest story, and then reaching out to every single element of local press to start getting a bunch of backlinks. So this is extremely powerful. There's several of these that I don't think people are doing in general. So I really recommend that you look into local employee press link building. It's super powerful. Think about all your employees. I've just Googled local press Muskegon, the Muskegon Chronicle. That's another one. I mean, if we just go through, there's also Michigan, the state of Michigan, and then it gets really interesting because if we, for example, and it's not just like, how local is local, then it becomes the next question, okay? So Muskegon is a city in Michigan, and we could look at the next cities next to it. So we could just go onto Google Maps, identify fundamentally the other cities next to Muskegon. So that's Michigan. But if we then Google Map Muskegon, because we're going to carry this down the line, let's see what other local areas that we can identify, because if she's on the cusp of another area, so this is Muskegon, and then we've suddenly, if we have a look, we've got Stonegate, so we've got Cedar Creek, and it'd be worth identifying And you could obviously talk to your local employee, where are your local areas? And the reason that this becomes relevant is, and we'll come back to that in the next video training, but fundamentally looking at these local areas is a great way, and your team will be able to tell you, look, Muskegon fundamentally is next to XYZ. Then you can build a little bit of a map in terms of places you could, at a stretch reach out to, and thus kind of 10x the opportunity here. So local employee press link building is very, very powerful. You should look at that now because it could generate you, I don't know how many links, but if you've got a big team, a bunch of them.